Hello again and welcome to another edition of the Real Ale Guide. Today's beer is the second beer from Daas Brewery. Done the first beer, which was the Amber. Check that out if you would. This is the Daas Blonde was the first one I did. This is the Daas Amber. Very good looking beer. The Belgium style there, which dates back to 1096. It is bottle conditioned. Gonna get this open into a glass. This would be my fourth Belgian beer. I've had so many people saying to me on YouTube, the messages, you need to start drinking some more Belgian beers. So I'm going to get stuck into a few more Belgian beers over the coming months. Another beer as well, which I haven't done, which has eluded a lot of my viewers. I don't think I've done a German beer yet on the show. So that's another range or another country where I need to get into drinking some of their styles of beer. Let's get this into a glass. This Amber. It is definitely amber. You got this. You can almost tell straight away if the beer is bottle conditioned, because it gives off a natural, when it opens, you pour it out. It's very lively to begin with. I always find it very lively when you pour the beers in. The beer quickly settles down. I like to get all the sediment in. I'm one of these people who enjoy the sediment in the bottom, the yeast and everything else they put in there. So what we're getting is cloudy, it's amber, a small one finger head. Aroma. Wow. This could very well be my second. Well, I'm going to taste it first before I come to any conclusions. But I reviewed the Pierre something beer the other day. That was citrusy, my first Belgium citrusy beer. I think this might be the second. We'll give it a go. Oh, now that is different. I was just taking a step back. That is very different. The first thing I got was a total sweetness, like probably the sweetest beer I've ever tried. Very sweet, and then blends down to malt. Wow, this is... I drank a beer quite similar to this, and that's, if you tried Wells & Young's Special London Ale, that's got that like candy feel about it. This is even more, it's got a great candy feel about this beer. What percentage is this? 6.5% ABV. You would never know. You really wouldn't know. It's smooth as well, but there's no real bitter aftertaste. It's all, the first taste is a very sweet tasting, candy tasting beer, and it's very pleasant. Fair play, it's a very pleasant beer to drink. Just like to give a quick shout out to Steve, the person I've been in contact with at Daas Brewery. He tweets a lot of me. We speak over emails. He seems a very nice guy. So quick shout out to Steve at Daas Brewery. The internet site, if you want to get in contact with them, order their beer, is www.daasbeer.com. daasbeer.com. It's in a 33 centilitre bottle, and the ingredients is all in very, very small writing, so you'll have to excuse me. Malt, and it's in, there we are. Water, I was reading the foreign language. Water, malted barley, hops and yeast from organic farming. Isn't that fantastic? So there's basically 1, 2, 3, there's just 4 basic elements to this beer. Water, barley, hops and yeast. This is why, I haven't talked about this for a long time, but this is why I'm doing this whole Real Ale Guide beer campaign on YouTube, is because I read that and I still think, how do they get so much flavour out of just 4 ingredients? Absolutely brilliant. If you were to have a look at the side of a can of Carling, let's see if I've got a generic beer anywhere around. Sorry for not being in focus. I'm sure I've got something. Here we go, there's a bottle of Budweiser. And there we go, all they've got is contains malted barley. There's no ingredients in there whatsoever. Just say it's a lightly carbonated beer. So anyway, back to the beer in question. The reason I got this beer campaign going, I love beer, number 1. And number 2, I am trying my damnedest to get people to drink craft beer. Everywhere I go, everybody I speak to, pardon me, I speak craft beer to them. I am a craft beer drinker, a real ale drinker. I love the drink, I love the style. It has to catch on to the mass market. If it doesn't, then stone the crows, nothing will. Let's get back to reviewing. I've had enough of it. I've been ranting on now for 30 seconds about how much I love beer and the naturalness of a real beer. So let's get back to this beer. It's just very, very pleasant. It's candy cane. You get malt in there. It's lightly hopped. You get a little touch of the alcohol. Let's give this drink a good swirl and get the aroma. Wow, that is powerful, that is potent, really good. The only time you get any inclination that this beer is 6.5% ABV is when you give it this mammoth swirl and get your nose in. That's the only time it releases the fume from the alcohol, but fantastic, fantastic drink. If you haven't tried it, give it a go. Time for a rating. We always drink a beer on the Real Ale Guide. We don't cut nothing. We just get straight in. Pow! We drink all the beer. Just a little bit of lacing left on the glass, not too much. Overwhelming candy. 6.5% ABV. You would never know unless you really, like I say, you really give it a swirl. It went down very well. It went down. I did like the sweetness of the beer. It's slightly grapefruity, slightly lemony, but it was overwhelming candy. If you can get this beer, try it. It's fantastic. This is number 4. I am getting the hang of Belgian beers. I can understand this a little bit more than I could the beers previous. This gets, for me, I'm going to go an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 from the Real Ale Guide. It's fantastic, it sits in my stomach very well. candy, slight hint of the alcohol, beautiful warming sensation when I drank that last few mouthfuls. Could I session this? I could probably have 3 or 4 with it being 6.5% ABV. Is one of those danger beers where, pardon me, one of those danger beers where you don't really know you're drinking something very strong. So I probably have 3 or 4 of them before falling completely on my back. Thanks for watching the Real Ale Guide. Facebook, www.facebook.com/Real Ale Craft Beer. Twitter is Real Ale Today. Twitter.com/Real Ale Today. Email me at realaleguide@googlemail.com. But most of all, I love your comments. I'll always answer your comments on YouTube. It's the base, it's the start of where it all began. It will always be the first point of contact I go to. Leave your comments, I'll always answer. If you want to subscribe, add me as a friend, it's completely up to you. Thanks for watching, stay tuned for the next episode, and cheers.